What's up guys, it's Shana and today we're going to check out Aspire Tower, this one in KL Eco City. Let's go! What's up guys, we are now in the link bridge between Gardens Mall connecting over to KL Eco City, and it's only like 10:30 right now, and you can see there are a lot of people traveling in and out already as if they don't need to work. But anyway, you can also feel the intensity of the cars around already. And the building that we're going to visit today, which is Aspire Tower, is the latest addition in this brand new extension of KL Eco City. And now we can see the morning crowd walking towards KL Eco City side. The bridge is wide, it's comfortable, and it's open ventilated, so you don't really rely on air condition, but maybe there might be rain right, during strong winds and things like that. But the entire experience going over is just comfortable. And now we are in the retail hub in between Mercu 2 and Mercu Aspire, which is Aspire Tower. And this is in between the Abdullah Hukum station, also the LRT station, over to Gardens Mall. Okay, so very exciting. And in terms of traffic, then this will be Federal Highway right outside, a very busy highway. Then this is the NPE highway, and the NPE highway actually joins into Bangsa, Jalan Bangsa. This then connects in from Jalan Marof, so it's very connected. And we have been here for about 2 years ago, and that was during its construction period. We were here to check out the potential of it, and now since it's completed, let's see the real thing. Right now, that is Abdullah Hukum KTM station connected to the LRT station, right? So this will be NPE connecting over to Jalan Bangsa. Then this will be Aspire Tower right next to Retail Hub. So you can actually access up via pedestrian. By car, you can already go into the building, and the level of infrastructure and connectivity is just very well thought through. So before getting into the tower, this is a revision of the entire township. In total 25 acres. These are all the commercial lots that is already being completed. So now only left 2 more residential products to be launched in the future. Okay, then this is Gardens Mall. That's the LRT and KTM station, right? So Aspire Tower is the one closest to the retail hub, and the occupancy rate right now is very remarkable. So overall, it's now about 90% occupied, and some towers are even 100%. So all these are the boutique offices. We'll go check them out later. But based on the crowd walking around right now, it's really busy. We'll also check out the mall underneath all these later. And within the tower itself, it's actually divided into 3 different types. Technically, it's just 3 different segmentations of sizes. So we have the executive offices that ranges from 1152 to 1971 square feet. So this does not come with any car park at all. And on the upper floor, then we have the signature offices. So technically they are just selling them in bulk of 3 units each. So these comes with about 3 car park, and these are the premium units where they sell in total for the entire floor plate. For these units then, it comes with 20 car park. However, the team has put the biggest unit floor plates on hold for now, and they are leasing them out themselves at a rate of 850 per square feet. So Mercu 2, which is the building next door, is going for 750 per square feet. The boutique offices is going for 550, and the Mercu 3, which is the one sharing the same facility floor, is going for 650 per square feet. So that is the rates of rental around this area. And in comparison to the surrounding, it's actually relatively higher due to its proximity to connectivity, where you have the LRT lah, KTM lah, and the mall itself. So that's very exciting. Also the mixed development itself, where you have the hotel, you will have a mall for your staff. If not, they'll get bored, right? So lunchtime here is going to be pretty exciting. What a huge transformation ever since lockdown. Oh yeah, for the selling price now, for the smallest unit that you can get, it's about 1.7 million. Almost is about 1,300 per square feet right now. So you just calculate the rental rates per square feet, and you agak-agak the investment yourself lah. So now we are right underneath the link bridge, the retail hub, right? And we are standing right in front of Mercu 2, walking over to Mercu Aspire, which is Aspire Tower. and this is the entire pedestrian experience. So when it's underneath the structure, they even decorate it. You look into the cladded columns. Cars a bit busy, that's why you will have extensive safety features, but just be careful lah. Alternatively, we can just go up and just connect over from the bridge itself, but we just want to experiment this lah. So for cars, this will be the drop off for delivery ke, for passenger ke, whatsoever. And this is the lobby, and you can see that great curtain wall system, that great lobby and turnstile. Wow, this is nice. And if you just look into the detailings, right, just look into the column details here. So besides just being cladded, right, you have another layer of glass to have some reflection of the LED light covered within the strip here. Then you have stone finish, just luxurious all the way. So in first glance right now, this does not feel like the standard offices that they have provided at all. They have really dressed up the entire commons areas, and this is very beneficial if I'm a small unit owner itself. So these will be the common areas where I can invite my suppliers, or I can invite my clients who I am supposed to impress. These are the venues that I can use, and this is in the same package with the ownership itself. Maybe, hey, you want to come over to the gardens, I can see you, it's just right opposite, right? You can just come to my office, we can just meet, do a quick chat before we chow without going into your office. Besides that, this also encourages different business owners within the tower itself to collaborate. So when you have different business owners here, hey, you work there too, oh, what do you do? Tada, we can just sit down here and make things happen. This is nice, the entire co-working-ish interior design, right? Just look at the pebbles, the downlights from the platform, free sitting areas, pocket gardens, cladded columns, right? To have a contrast to the aluminium and glazing, downlight across. Wow, this feels more like a hotel than an office tower itself. Okay, so now we are in level 1, which is the landscape deck, and this connects 3 to 4 components all together. So we have the Aspire Tower, we have Viia Apartments, we have Amari Hotel, and we have Mercu 3, which is entirely owned by their partner, and it's 100% occupied. Wow. So this is going to be the connectivity platform among all these 3. And part of the benefit of having Amari Hotel within is you will have the kitchen of the hotel. So this is the Amari all-day dining facility. I guess you can just come down and have this anytime you want, like 2 AM, 3 AM, you need OT ke, whatever ke, come here and eat. Wow! So next to the dining hall itself, there's some level of kids play area, and this is actually the lobby connected to the car park itself. So after coming up, then this will be the shared podium between all different products. And the level of connectivity is just insane. So we can use the pedestrian via ground floor, we can go via LG, we can go via level 1, we can use the escalator downwards, we can go via the hub. Wow, it's everywhere, no matter how you can do. It's just a multiple dimension type of connectivity. So for those who are buying the medium size offices, then you will be entitled to 3 car parks, and this is how it looks like, right? You will have cement screeded floorings, you will have epoxy paint for pedestrian walkways. The columns are very organized in accordance to the tower layout. It's very well ventilated, and it's very well lit as well because of the building form being a little bit tight, right? And this will be the experience heading into the lift lobby. So this will be the lift lobby experience going in, right? And it's all open, so you can see that this will be the access card, and these are all open ventilated. Nice. So this one then will go up to the landscape podium that we just went just now. And something to take note, right? These are the perforated panels around the window area. And in order to promote ventilation across, they decided to use this material instead. So there will be cross ventilation throughout the entire elevated car park. This is very thoughtful. Coming out from the car park, then this is the connection to the retail hub via level 1. And they call this the connectivity. So everything revolves around this structure itself, and all corridors are so comfortable. Okay, so this is where it connects us over to Mercu 2 on the other side, and just look at this structure. Wow! So right now we are back to the intersection point between the Mercu 2, Aspire and Gardens itself, and you can see the amount of crowd behind us. This feels like what, you know, this feels like Singapore itself. Like you can see the transit, the connectivity, the population, a lot of people. Totally in contrast to the last time that we were here. Amazing. And these are the potential workers and potential tenants and users of the building itself. Very cool. Okay, so now we are in the center of the retail areas, and you look into the crowds, right, there are a lot of lines around, but that nice touch of open air from the top gives it a very different vibe. So this is all office crowd, ladies and gentlemen. With F&B being the centerpiece of tenants, right, you will also have grocers, you also have supporting things like physio, like dentist, like practical shop and things like that. So all these will be in complementary to your staff's convenience if you were to have your office set up here. So everything that you need, that your staff need, all can be sorted out within one location itself. That's the reason why it fetches the premiums compared to the surrounding. Okay, now so this is the drop off for Viia apartment. So this is Viia Residences. Then right opposite, then this will be Amari entrance as well. So it's all within one same block, but the level of accessibility is just different. Okay, let's go check out Amari Hotel now. Walking past the lobby, walking past the front desk, walking past the cafe area, this is the entrance of Amari Hotel itself. So this just illustrates the sophistication of the design itself. When you have so many different components all together, along with a TOD setting, right, you are connected to the LRT, MRT. You also have the mall, now you have the office, now you have the residence, now you will have the hotel. The entrances, the accessibility and things like that all will enjoy the same level of privacy, yet enjoy the same level of convenience. So that's good design. And coming out from the restaurant itself, we are back to the level 1, which is that shared podium between all different towers. Isn't this amazing? Like the level of connectivity. Just having scenarios, right? If you have guests who is coming for a meeting and they need to overnight because they are not catching the latest flight, they can stay here. So after meeting, just stop by. If you need anything, just go to the mall, right? If you want to explore KL a little bit, you can just take the train. You're staying at Viia, if you work here, even better. And when your family members come and visit you, the same thing, you can just stay in the hotel. You don't really need to stay in my house. Here you have gardens, you have Mid Valley. If this is not enough, take the train, go somewhere else. The level of connectivity and convenience is just whew. And since we are back to the office tower, right, some specification in terms of lift system is actually divided into separate lift system, one serving the high floor, another one serving the low floor. So in total there will be 16 lifts altogether, 8 per group. And this group will be serving the high floors from level 23 to 42. This one will be serving the low floors from ground to 22. So you won't feel the congestion as bad. And this landscape deck is just wonderful for everybody to kind of just take a breather away from all the tension from work. Just chill a bit. And now we are in level 3A. The width is 3.13 and the height is 2.8 for the lift lobby. And this is very impressive. We have a glimpse of this during construction stage, but the finished product is even better, especially with all the touch panels and all the name findings all here. Very well done. And you have a huge window panel at the end to really lead up the whole space all together. And this is the floor layout of the units. So these are the smaller size units. Only the one at the corners will be bigger. We'll go and check that out later. But we can go and see a bare unit and a fully furnished unit to compare what your future office is going to look like. Coming out from the lift lobby, then there's a fire door. But this is actually kept open with the magnetic lock there. Only during fire emergencies it will be let go and the door will shut. Okay, and this will be the corridor itself. So the width is 2.1 meters, the height is 2.9, and it's totally dependent on the artificial lightings, but you will have lines and you will have timber panels to kind of break the very lengthy corridor, and you have tiled floorings with tiled skirtings. You will then have aluminium frames next to the unit itself. Okay, let's first check out the toilet. This is all common bathroom where everyone shares them. Next to the gents, this will be the refuse room, and what's cool is you will also have a shower room at this corner. So this is when you are working out before going to work, or you want to shower before a dinner in Gardens Mall. This is where you can freshen up yourself. Awesome. Everything is bright, everything is direct, everything is nice. Let's go check out the unit. So from the corridor itself, there will be some numbering here already. The finishing looks good. This will be a double door before the unit itself. You can open it up, then you will have a glass door attached to it, and this will be the office unit. So in terms of form of the office, is pretty square, it's pretty rectangular. You have the columns at the wall edge, but it's fine, right? And the size for this is 1251 square feet, and the starting price of a unit like this is 1.7 million. Yeah, 1.7 million, you can get a unit like this, where we will be connected to the LRT station, KTM station, the retail hub underneath, connected over to Gardens Mall, connected by Jalan Marof this side, NPE to Jalan Bangsa this side, and you can see Mercu 2. Wow, a lot of people working already. Very good. And for specification wise, it's pretty direct. So you have cement screeded floors, power points, aircon units are all done up, and that's about it. The fanciest thing about the unit will be the glass door. And this will be the final floor level. After you put in all your carpet, your SPC, whatsoever. For a better reference, let's go check out the completed unit. Just next door, in comparison, this will be the possible unit that you will get. Where this is the layout. When you come in from the main door, this will be the storeroom to also kind of contain the DB box of the unit, right? Then this will be the free flow format of the office. The bosses will get the best view, then the workstation 1, workstation 2, then the meeting room will be located within the internal walls, and they work around the columns for cabinet storage and things like that. Okay, and looking at the unit so far, it's pretty amazing. And in accordance to the team, the main pool of buyers are existing tenants from neighboring towers. So they really like the location, they like the connectivity, the team's feedback on the level of convenience that they get while working in this location. Everybody loves it. Therefore, they decided to invest one in this exact same location. But just be mindful about the car park allocation. For smaller units, you don't get any car parks. Only for the larger units, you get them. I think you can still rent lah, so no worries on that. But just something to take note, okay? So just now that was the intermediate unit. There was a comment in the previous episode about this corner unit where the column is right at the entrance. It's a bit weird, but now after they dress up, it's amazing. So this is the unit that we are in right now. So this is called Type Z, 1971 square feet, and the main problem was this column right in front of the entrance. But the good side of it is because it's a corner unit, you have two sides of opening and facade, so that's nice. But when you look into the ID work, so when you come into the main door, they incorporated a column into the signboard area, so that's amazing. Then the other one won't be a hindrance since it's incorporated nicely, and this layout looks great. So imagine coming into your consultation office, there will be a sitting area next to your reception. This will be the place for your logo, where this is the column itself. Then this will be the meeting room, right? Next to that will be a private lounge. Then going into the office, this will be the workstation for your team, manager 1, assistant managers, or finance usually. Then this will be a pantry for people to hang out. You have core rooms in the center, but what's great is the view. So here you get gardens view, also the Federal Highway view lah. And this is the usual treatments of ceiling. So you can see that they put in light panels, then they just spray everything black, right? So you can really have an effect of camouflaging. You won't notice them at all, and the light actually just sets in contrast. Very well done. And this is the manager's room. That will be the director's room on the other side. This will be his view actually. So right after work, I can get my family here to wait for me, or my friends to wait for me here. Very, very nice. And this unit is going for 2.9 million. Awesome. We are now in level 39, and this is where they lease out or they sell by the floor plate itself. So the unit itself is 18690 square feet, and you get the entire floor plate all together. Crazy amazing. So this is the elevated floor system that we have checked out before. So once you come in, you can do all your trunking system, trunking of your cables, your internet lines, whatsoever based on the layout of your office. So if any company wish to buy this unit itself, this is 35 million for the entire floor plate. But if it's for lease, which is the main priority of the team right now, the rent per month is going for 158,000 for this floor itself. But the main selling point for being in the highest floor is you get this amazing view throughout. So you own the entire facade all together. So here you can see Bangsa South, you can see your neighboring buildings. On the other side then you can see Bangsa, you can almost see Damansara Heights, but the best view is on the other side. This will be the KL skyline where you have the PMB 118, Petronas Twin Tower, KL Tower. You can see the LRT station already. This is the view that you get lah. Well, that's only one of the reasons that why you should own this. The other reasons is you kind of own all the corridor spaces as well. Like just now on the lower floors, you kind of need to share the corridor space. This one you don't need to. It's yours. That includes the bathroom as well. That includes the exclusivity to the lift lobby as well. So that's the privacy that you get by getting the whole floor. But usually tenants like this are MNCs where they usually do not buy. And something from the team again, back then the response for this tower itself was not great during MCO time, but so once the unit is ready in this situation where you get to see everything, absolute certainty, right? Interest level is really spiking right now. That's just awesome news. But this view is really something else lah. Whew. And last but definitely not the least, within the rooftop itself, there's this dining area where everyone can unwind themselves after a long hard day of work. Here you have the dining area, also the drinking place where you have a live band operated in the highest floor. Well, this is the open setting. Well, you also have the private room settings where you can have your own karaoke, you can have your own gatherings and things like that. And it's right above the office tower. And it's not only limited to tenants and users and owners of Aspire Tower itself. If you're from Viia, you also can come over. If you're from Mercu Tree, you also can come over. Anywhere else also can just come over. Super amazing, right? So you don't have to really travel to another place just to chillax and unwind, right? So however, this is new and so far business has been tremendous, so try your luck if you want to reserve a place. But rumors has it the sunset here is going to be amazing. The golden time is actually 6:30 where you can really enjoy the skyline of KL City, enjoy the sunset. Awesome. And within a 3 to 5 minutes walk under covered situation, we are now in the interchange between KTM and the LRT of Abdullah Hukum. So this will be the mode of transformation that is very convenient for all team members who's working in the office itself. And I guess that's all for now. It's now time for Sean's 3 on 3. So for the first thing I like, number one will be the brand of the developer, because we were here before all this were completed. We were here during the construction stage. during lockdown when everybody was still masked up, it was a very negative time for the entire property industry, where people start to question whether are office spaces valid or not, whether is it a requirement to work, why don't just work from home and things like that. Are you sure that you can complete on time and things like that? In fact, they proved themselves so fabulously, and it's remarkable to actually walk through the site. I'm so happy that we documented the entire construction thing, and they just proved themselves once again, right? So let's not forget that this is a 25 acres piece of land, and there are 2 more empty lands left. The rest are all completed. And not only in terms of progress of development, progress of tenancy. So in average for all towers is about 90% tenancy. What a turnaround from the previous video. Kudos. The second thing I like will be the entire design strategy around this project. So I can truly say that this is the definition of connectivity and convenience. From a location point of view, it's next to Gardens Mall. Also, it's connected to the LRT station and the KTM station. Surrounding, you will have commercial areas and residential areas. So from a town planning point of view, it's already very connected, right? Within the product itself, it's a mixed development where you have Amari Hotel, you have Viia Residences, and you have the office of Aspire Tower. So if you were to work and live here, it's going to be so convenient in any different ways. So when your business have partners who are traveling from abroad, they can just live here. You can use the conference room of the hotel. You can have buffet around the hotel. You can have the facilities around. Then from the point of view of team members of the company, traveling becomes so easy because you can use the KTM or LRT. Then in terms of road, you can use the Jalan Marof and Jalan Bangsa or MPE. Now there's even SPE where it connects you from Wangsa Maju itself. So it's really very connected in multiple dimensions. Like we have traveled around via pedestrian, right? From a pedestrian point of view, it's even better. So when I take the train now, there's a retail hub downstairs. After meeting, there's a gym. I can get myself checked. There's a dentist here. There's a grocer here. Basically, everything can be resolved in this location itself. And last of all will be the design strategy. So when you have a site that is so complicated, the design team must have clear clarity where every product type will have their own entrance and drop-off. They will have their own car park, and they will need to be connected yet having privacy of their own. You will have facilities, so when do they integrate, when do they not? How do you resolve the amount of density and population around using the lift system, and how do you set your tower apart from the rest? In my opinion, I like this strategy of Aspire Tower from the get-go. So from the entrance itself, the entire lobby space is different from Mercu 2, where you have that co-working feeling. Then on the rooftop, you will have a bar and a dining area. Then you have a shared facility where you can use Amari Hotel facilities. And you have separate formats for people to buy or to lease. You have the small one, the medium one, the large one. And the largest tower, the view, it's amazing. And then the connectivity from the car park to the lobby, and the lobby to the hub, and the hub to either to the KTM and LRT station or to Gardens Mall. All these checkpoints are all thought through to the very small details, like the perforated panel to ensure cross ventilation happens. Wow! So it's from a macro all resolve to the micro also resolve. And from a personal level, my favorite point will be the unique layout of Type Z. That took me by surprise because from a floor plan, right, it doesn't look very nice when you have a column right in front, but the team heard it and the team resolved it. So you have a fabulous unit. However, this also correlates to the 3 points that I don't like. Number one will be the congestion of this location that starts about 4:45. Because of this dual basement system, a lot of people call this the Bermuda Triangle. A lot of people kind of get lost in this basement system itself because they take it as a shortcut. That's very unfortunate because this is a very central location, and that's why congestion tends to happen. The second thing I don't like will be the current situation in supply for office spaces around Kuala Lumpur. So there's just office space in abundance within the city itself. Everywhere also office towers. But here then we need to understand the differences between office towers. Some you will have stand-alone, some you will have stratified, some you will have their own menara, some you will have just shop lots, right? It's all different typologies. The main difference between this and the other stand-alone office towers, right, will be the convenience factor, like the connectivity to the LRT and KTM, the connection to the mall, connection to the main roads and things like that. Because ultimately, when we have office, right, we also need to think about where does our team member come from and are they willing to come to work. So I think if your office is here, everybody want to come to work, because after office hours will be so fun. You will have the gym lah, you will have the makan places lah, cinema, entertainment, everything all sorted out here. Yeah, so that will be the main difference between different office buildings. Also, something very close to that will be the price of this tower. They all know and they have put in a lot of investment in terms of resources, of design, time, effort and materials to ensure the connectivity are done seamlessly. Well, that results in a selling price that is higher compared to the competition. So right across you will have another CBD, which is like Bangsar South. Then a little bit more, then you have KL City Centre already. A little bit more, you will have KL Central already. So there are just a lot of competition around, and in comparison to all those, the price of this is slightly at a higher point. But well, you need to take the overall address in a whole, where you have the convenience factor and things like that. So it's entirely up to the business, it's entirely up to the tenants, but mainly who is taking up all the units, existing tenants who are already operating within KL Eco City. Yeah, so they're familiar, they know all the pros and cons already, that's why they like this place. And I guess that's all for this episode. What an amazing experience, from documentation of construction to completion. Amazing. And I can still vividly remember the days where everybody was just very pessimistic about the entire real estate market. But we come in here and experience the office crowd, right? It truly feels like Singapore because of the transit experience, because of the amount of population around the office area. Woo. And I guess that's all for this episode. Thank you so much, the team, for showing us around. And if you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.